Hello. So today we are going to discuss about resource management as per standard ISO 13485 2016. Okay, so what does it mean by resource? Resource means something to be provided, support to execute some activity. Okay, so let's see what actually standard says. Means ISO 1345 standard says about the resource management. Okay, or what is the intent behind this? Okay, so generally, this is about means intent here is as per the standard. Okay, to ensure that management is providing adequate resources. Okay, uh, to perform the operations. Okay, as per the compliance of regulatory requirement. Okay, so if we go into details of standard. Okay, so there are particular subclauses like 6.1, 6.2, 6.3, 6.4. 6.1 is provision of resources. 6.2 is about human resource. 6.3 is about infrastructure. 6.4 is about work environment and contamination control. Okay, and then it is subdivided into two: work environment, contamination control. Okay, so this particular provision of resources means standard says, okay, the organization shall determine and provide the resource needed. Okay, so categorically I am highlighting here determine and provide. Okay, so organization has to document the thing. Okay, what are the like resources are needed to carry out the processes. Okay, and provide also why it is needed to implement QMS and maintain its effectiveness. Okay, so it is not only just implementation of QMS, it is just to ensure its effectiveness also and to meet applicable regulatory and customer requirement. Okay, if customer is saying, okay, I need a service, okay, employees to or service or timely service from the company. Okay, whenever my system is down, my instrument is down, our customer should be or means our business should be providing the services to the customer. Okay, so that is the customer requirement. If we are not giving that, not meeting that requirement as per the customer need, then probably customer may not be interested to buy our process. Okay, that's where customer is needed. Okay, to meet applicable regulatory and customer requirement. Okay, regulatory requirement means when say any regulatory requirement says, okay, we need a let's say person responsible for regulatory compliance as per IVDR or MDR or management representative or supplier or procurement department should be there. So let's say these kind of requirements are, then there should be designated person to perform those activities. Okay, so let's say it is defined. Okay, what are the process or processes are, what are resources are needed, and we provide it also. Now it comes to HR. Okay, human resources. Okay, so it is a responsibility to organization. Okay, to hire the competent person. Okay, competent person should be having appropriate skills, education, experience, and knowledge. Okay, and provide training to them, maintain competence. Okay, it is not like that. Okay, we have hired it and that's done. Now we are not providing adequate training to upgrade their skills as per the current need. Okay, and if we are not providing that continuous training to improve their skill, then probably we will fall back. Okay, so that's why it is necessary required that adequate training should be provided whatever the resource we have hired based on their competency, knowledge, and skills. Okay, ensure that personnel know their work objective. Okay, so person should be knowing their work objective also. Okay, what are the things are there, what are their job. So means we have to tell them their job description, job requirement. We have to tell them, and we have to take their signature also as a document. Okay, this is what was informed to them, and they are meeting the requirement. Okay, And another thing is maintain the record. Okay, maintain the record of hiring, maintain the record of trainings, okay, training planning and everything, and maintain the record of their job responsibilities of the people. Okay, so maintain all those records. Okay, so now means it is one of the major chunk of the resources so that we had provided as a human resource. The next thing comes as a infrastructure. Okay, so whenever there is a need, let's say we have to manufacture one, like say we are maintaining one IVD facility or manufacturing IVD product. So our um, organization has to ensure what kind of processes are needed, what kind of infrastructure are needed to perform those processes. Okay, with respect to building, workspace, utilities, or digital infrastructure. Okay, so management has to ensure all this. Management means in organization has to ensure all those things are clearly identified and adequate resources are provided. Okay, it is not like that. Okay, that area is too small, then there may be a product mix up or some other issues. Okay, or let's say uh, there is humidity has to be maintained. Okay, let I will come to that later when we will talk about work environment and contamination control. But here also, let's say we have to provide a adequate space to perform manufacturing operations separately, QC operations separately, warehousing separately. Okay, so let's say if facility is not having these three areas separately, then means we are not meeting the requirement of infrastructure. Okay, then there could be like how the control on the processes will be. Okay, so to maintain a control, we should be having this proper thing. Okay, now coming to the next point is process equipment testing labs. Okay, so let's say why I have mentioned this. Okay, so let's say infrastructure comes when comes to, okay, let's say we had IVD manufacturing facility or medical device manufacturing facility, then we have to provide the adequate equipment also. Okay, yeah, if equipments are not there to perform the processes, then we cannot ensure the quality of the product. That's why that adequate infrastructure is needed. We have to ensure that transport is available, communication resources are there for the communications. Okay, why I did mention this transport? Let's say that products are requiring a cold chain shipping of the product. Okay, so then to meet that cold chain requirement, okay, then adequate transport facility should be there. Let's say why I mentioned this communication. Okay, there, let's say we have to put any product on hold. Okay, and let's say you had decided, okay, this product has to be on hold or to be released whatsoever. Okay, and he has to communicate. Okay, and let's say you are still on the paperwork. Okay, then there you need one additional resources to take the letter from QA as a batch release, go to the respective function to receive it. So it will be taking time. Okay, so where we are right now, we are on the digital infrastructure. Okay, so to facilitate the fast communication, digital infrastructure should be there. Okay, yeah. So this is the one thing. Okay, now coming to the next point is work environment and contamination control. Work environment and contamination control, these are the two separate things. Okay, so work environment as per the product requirement. Okay, few products, let's say, require low humidity, low temperature, clean rooms. Okay, or dedicated manufacturing facility. Okay, so how we are ensuring that work environment. Okay, so that's how management has to ensure, and health hygiene of the employees, cleanliness of the facility, competent resources who can maintain the that work environment. Okay, product storage conditions, appropriate control should be there for, let's say, we were talking about the humidity and temperature control. So those kind of appropriate controls should be there to maintain it. Next is control to prevent contamination of work environment. Okay, so how that could be done. Okay, so it means let's say clean rooms. When it comes to clean rooms, okay, for contamination control and everything, so that is also to be needed, because those are the product requirement, okay, and we have to maintain, or we have to provide that adequate resources to do that. Okay, now let's say I stop it over here and then move to some examples. What are the examples of the resources although we talked in the previous slide? Here in the detailed way we can see, okay, people, okay, human resource, okay, then real estate infrastructure, okay, which is needed to perform operation, manufacturing operations, for example, okay, multiple processes are there, okay, let's say uh, raw material receivings, then we need a warehouse, then we need a QC testing, we need a manufacturing floor, okay. In the manufacturing floor there could be multiple process, okay. Let's say in initial processing, then there will be some intermediate product will be processed, then finished product will be processed, so that kind of process we need, and then finished good store, okay. And then we need the office also to run out the various activities, okay, which is non product related activities, but those are required to support the manufacturing process, okay. Let's say procurement or um, quality assurance function, okay. So we need a infrastructure for them also, and then facility, work environment, equipment, so those kind of infrastructure is also needed. IT infrastructure as a resource, skills, okay, how skills and knowledge could be enhanced of the hired resources, okay. Supplier and the partners, because these are also critical resources. We, let's say we have suppliers or partners. Partners means we can say supplier in terms of they are providing some services, okay. Let's say distribution partner, okay. Yeah, so those are the partners, so we have to have those resources also, okay. Yeah, suppliers who can ensure the continuous supply of the quality raw material, okay. Or uh, okay, power is one of the thing, okay. If we don't have 24 by 7 power whenever the needed, then how will be the impact on the manufacturing process, okay. So we need that kind of activity to ensure continuous power. Let's say you are running a clean room facility, okay, and then power goes down, then the entire pressure or clean room requirement will be disturbed, okay, or clean room conditions will be disturbed. That's why uninterrupted power supply is needed, okay. So these are the very much critical aspect of the resources. Of course, finance, okay. We don't have money, we cannot ensure all these things available, so finance is of course a major thing that should be available over there as a part of resources, okay. So now, like, hope this is not a too much lengthy video in terms of that, okay, because requirements are straightforward, okay. So let's, I'm summarizing it again with respect to standard, okay. Yeah, so the organization shall determine and provide the resource needed to implement QMS, maintain its effectiveness, to meet the applicable regulatory and customer requirement, hire competent personnel, okay, provide trainings to them, ensure personnel knows their work, means job description and job job requirements or JDs to be distributed over there, maintain the records, ensure the adequate infrastructure is available, okay, and to maintain the work environment and contamination control, okay. So these are the things which is actually needed, okay. So as I said, this is a small video, so I'm going to stop it over here. Yeah, thanks.